Good morning, it's me again, Inspirational Post by Leverson. What I want to talk about this morning is self-harm, self-hate. But don't forget, it is positive. This is definitely positive, as you know. So thank you for everybody that subscribed. Massive help. You guys are just helping yourselves, not just me. Helping yourselves, we're helping each other as a community. Thank you very much anyhow. So it shows that you're enjoying what I'm doing, and I do appreciate what you're doing. I do appreciate what you're doing, not just appreciate what I'm doing. I appreciate what you guys are doing, because you're tuning in and you're listening. So the people that are in, thank you very much. The more that are coming along, the better it will be. As I said, it's going to take time. We're building. It's going to be a process of self-diagnosis where we're looking at ourselves as well to grow. So thank you very much. And we will be meeting up in Costa Rica, sitting on the beach, as I said, resort. We're going to be at a retreat. We will be sipping coffee. We will be taking the beautiful views, beautiful scenery, our beautiful minds, that we're going to talk to each other, how we're going to express ourselves, and where we're going to go beyond that. But as I said, I want to talk specifically today about self-harm, disrespecting yourself, and basically having no faith within yourself. Because I was listening to something. I'm not going to mention the person's name, but I might give it away, because I'm not going to give this person any sort of notoriety. I'm not going to give this person any airtime by mentioning this person's name. It's an American rapper. That's all I'm going to say about this person. And you probably will figure out who it is, but I'm not going to mention a person's name anyhow, because you know what, it doesn't interest me in that way what he's got to say, but it's his actions that I want to talk about. I used to love early rap, early hip hop, because for me it was very uplifting, it was thought-provoking, it was something I could dance to and let loose to, and it was positive. It was positive. Naughty by Nature, love them to the bone. For me, it was just absolutely just uplifting. Things of that ilk to me were just, it was just right. It was conscious. It was making you think. Wu-Tang, making you think. But how it's really shown itself now, it's just it's going down that road of just shock value, of shock. How can I disrespect myself? How can I disrespect other people out there? How can I disrespect my own race? And I've never used the N-word. I never will. For me, it's disrespectful. I've never used anything that's going to disparage my mother, my father, generations that have come before me, generations that are going to come after me, because why would I want to use anything that's going to hurt me as a young black man or an older black man in the community? Why should I disrespect my children? Why should I disrespect anybody that looks like me? Or why should I disrespect anybody, really? Because if I say that out loud, that's disrespecting just an array of people. But anyhow, there's been things going on with certain brands, which I won't mention also, because I don't need to, because these brands have been promoting certain things of disrespect towards a culture of people. And obviously if you watch the news and the media and that sort of thing, you'll know exactly what I mean, because obviously it's been all over social media also. But I just find that sort of thing, it's, for me, I see it as self-harm. So I'll go on to the rap thing as well, where it's self-harm, because we're hurting the youngsters that are coming through, that are vulnerable in mind. They're vulnerable as in seeing other rappers portray themselves in a negative light, but they think it's positive because they think it's cool, they think it's hip, they think it's what the young should be looking up to. But I see it as looking down to them. I don't see it as looking up. I don't see it as uplifting. But this is my opinion, and I'll also say it as my opinion because everybody is going to have different opinions and they're going to have different thoughts, which is, you know what, acceptable. Everybody doesn't come along on the journey. Everybody doesn't see what you see. Even though they'll see it, they will still have a different opinion, which makes the world. But it doesn't mean to say that I'm going to respect your point of view, because when it comes down to self-harm and self-disrespect of others and yourself and culture, I don't see that as a good thing, and I never will. And there won't be a time of saying, for me, when people say, well, I'm just turning it on its head. It's like when people use the phrase, the N word, and then use it by saying, by you putting an A on the end of it, that it makes it okay. Not for me whatsoever, because it's still the same narrative that's coming out of your mouth. It is not a sign of respect at all when people were being hung from trees, when people were being murdered, when people were being, babies were being killed and fed to crocodiles. And people would have that noose around their neck, and then with a sign saying that word around their neck, and they would be there standing there, their family members would be standing looking up. And when people were being beaten, murdered indiscriminately, how can you say that that is a sign of respect? Because you've turned